Alabama claims their third consecutive SEC championship title here at the Georgia Dome against Florida. The final score 54-16. And Kevin, one word for the beginning of this game, really for the first two quarters into the third quarter, very bizarre. Of course, Alabama goes up 16-9, but you had a blocked punt. You had a blocked extra point that was run back for a touchdown. 3 interceptions in the first half of this football game. Alabama ultimately throttled Florida with 54 points on the scoreboard. Your thoughts on their performance overall tonight?
Yeah, it was a wacko first half, especially. The soundtrack for this game is the theme from the old Benny Hill show. It's just completely bizarre. Alabama did not make a first down in the first quarter and led 16-9 after the first quarter. That tells you how good they are in other ways. They don't have to score on offense to win games. They can score on defense. They can score on special teams. Interestingly, they had their long no touchdown streak end, but they also had their long not streak end. They hadn't scored a non-offensive touchdown in a while. They added a couple of those tonight. It just showed how good this team is. They did not play their best. They did not start strong or start fast. And still, as you said, they ended up with the second largest margin of victory in the SEC championship game. One behind Auburn in 2010. Don't tell anybody I said that. And they also won, as you said, their third straight. They're only one behind Florida, which won 4 straight from 93 to 96.
So Alabama obviously heading to the college football playoff when all is said and done. But we got to look at the offensive coordinator situation. Lane Kiffin right now up for the Houston job. Reports say he's going to go and interview for that. Ed Orgeron, LSU, talking about bringing him in as his offensive coordinator. After the game, Lane Kiffin said he'd like to stay and coach through the remainder of the season. What are your thoughts? You had a chance to talk to Coach Saban about it and get his thoughts on Lane Kiffin's future.
I asked Saban, how quickly do you have to get this resolved? Because you do have a playoff game to prepare for.
Right.
And his answer was very interesting. He said he wants to be a head coach. We want him to be a head coach. Basically, we're trying to help him do everything. We're doing everything we can to try to help him become a head coach as quickly as possible. I didn't ask him. I should have asked, because Kiffin said he would stay if they wanted him to stay. I should have asked, do you want him to stay? Really? Tell us the truth.
That'd have been a good question. I'm not sure we would have gotten a straight answer on that. Okay, so as I said, Alabama, we know they're headed to the college football playoff to play potentially Clemson, Washington, Ohio State, the 3 potential contenders. Right now, the way this Alabama team is poised, who do you think maybe perhaps would be the best matchup? If you're Alabama, who are you saying, I want you to play in that first round of the playoff?
It's elementary, ABC. Anybody but Clemson. Because even Austin Appleby, who showed why he's no longer the starting quarterback at Purdue, had all kinds of problems. But he did complete some passes. And he did hurt Alabama deep a little bit. Hurt Alabama, they didn't have Marlon Humphrey playing. Hopefully they'll have him back for the playoff. But Deshaun Watson is maybe the best quarterback in the country. He's had interception problems this year, but Clemson is the best all-around team in the country outside of Alabama. That's the first time people say Alabama ain't played nobody. That's because nobody plays like Alabama. But if anybody plays like Alabama, comes close, it's Clemson.
All right, thank you so much. He's Kevin Scarbinksy. I'm Lauren Sisler. And of course, for all your Alabama Crimson Tide updates, and as we get you ready for the playoffs, visit us on AL.com.